Oh God.
You lying in this face.
This
Technology, get right.
technology is
You're right, technology. Don't play with us
the thing
tonight.
is, we're stuck right now. We're stuck, and I'm trying to get our intro going.
Intro. Come on, intro.
Oh, bless the Lord.
I give y'all.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Wow. What's up, QT fam? Welcome back to another Takeover Tuesday. It's the Queens here with the Queens Takeover. It's a coffee moment. Y'all saw what was just happening. We want to welcome you guys to one of the last 5 episodes of season 2. So stop what you're doing, repost this, share, let somebody know that we are on. It's going to be an amazing show today, and we are so glad that y'all joined us. We are your hosts, Nick, CP, and Coley Cole, otherwise known as the Queens of the Queens Takeover. Ladies, how y'all doing on this beautiful Tuesday?
Hey now. We in the building. Nicole, wait me. Come on back. Come on back. Come on, Nicole. Oh.
Come on
in the
room. Come on. Back in the room.
Hey.
Jesus is our doctor. What's up, King William?
Hey.
He writes out all our prescriptions.
And he does.
What's
hey,
up, Brandon? Thank y'all for tuning in. He gives us all of our medicine.
Hey.
Ooh. Listen, we're going to keep it rolling. Nicole will be back in. Up there she is right there. Hold on one second. Let us know down in the chat how your Tuesdays are going. Ladies, let's just jump right on into it. Do you want to discuss anything that you've been struggling with this week? And if so, what have you been doing to get over it?
Well, I want to shout out to Memorial Day yesterday. Thank you all veterans for what you have done, what you have sacrificed. We appreciate your love and your obedience to serve for our country. So we really appreciate it. I know everybody probably barbecued and ate very well, had fun with family. If you did not, you chilled at home and took that off day real nice. But I went to a wedding for my cousin Kia. Oh my God, it was a fun.
That wedding was beautiful.
It was like gorgeous.
She was gorgeous.
Giving gorgeous. Yeah, it was awesome. So shout out to her and my whole Keyside family. I love y'all. It was good seeing y'all, fellowshipping with y'all. So yeah, that's what I did. I had struggles, but you keep pushing. You know what? I'm gonna talk about a struggle real fast. Have y'all ever been put? Yeah, like I did that. Oh, that's sipping the coffee.
Like I grabbed my coffee. Go ahead.
Have y'all ever been put in a room where everybody has tension? Like,
oh, it's thick.
You're the neutral one.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, ooh, jeez. Come on.
Come on.
Literally.
In the room.
Hey, that was. Well, that was, I had that this weekend, and it was several times. And God was so peaceful within my spirit. Amen. He gave me joy.
That's that peace in the middle of the storm. That's that peace when there's chaos everywhere. You chilling like a bug, like God is good. What's wrong with you? Right. You don't love God? What's wrong with you?
It was very interesting, but I'm like, man, okay. Take Jesus with you everywhere. You never know how the tension can be.
That
just one wrong word would have flipped somebody out. I'm like, geez, it was bad. Yeah, it was like that. It was like that. But I thank God I survived it, amen. And I'm on the other side of the fuck. That was my struggle.
I've been there and I've done that. I've been there.
I've done that, amen. Hallelujah, favorite, amen. That was my struggle bus. What about y'all?
I don't have a struggle that I want to talk about. I want to give a crown, right? I know y'all have heard about the 11-year-old Adrian Murray from Mississippi. That's the 11-year-old boy who was shot by the police after calling for help and dialing 911. What he did, this little baby deserves his little king crown. He started singing once he got shot. No weapon, no weapon. He's saying no weapon formed against me shall prosper. That little baby is alive. He's been all over the news, interviewed everywhere. If y'all have not heard about it, which I'm shocked. Again, his name is Adrian, Aderrien Murray, Mury. Please look it up. Watch the video version of his story. Just watching it and go be blessed. Talk about going through something. Talk about God, I need you now. So I'm going to declare and sing this thing over my life. And you 11 years old. Shout out to you, King. Shout out, baby. So, this weekend I celebrated Memorial Day in Dallas. My friend and I did a very spontaneous road trip. We packed our luggage and got on the road. We were Thelma and Louise in that thing. The Black people version anyway. And it was amazing. It was amazing. The getaway was fabulous and much needed. So that was mine. No struggle to talk about. I just wanted to give that king his crown.
You did that.
No struggle I had this week is pushing myself too far. When my body said, I'm gonna sit you down. But other than that, I had all right, I won't complain weekend. My grandmother got to spend some time with her grandchildren. It's been the first time we all, majority, I'll say at least half of us was together.
Oh, okay.
She got to spend some time with them. But yeah, just trying to get back to health wise. But other than that, I need to listen to my body. So when they say sit down, I need to sit down before I put you down.
My dad used to say, guess the win, sit down.
That's the way to sit down.
To sit down before it made me sit down. So it gave me a reality check. I ain't as young as I thought I was. Or all this stress on my body can't carry. Type of situations. But other than that, I'm good. Getting back to myself. Other than that, I am really, really good.
Amen.
I know I don't sound like it, but I'm really, really good.
Okay. She said, I don't look like what I've been through. I want to do a quick shout out before we jump into these fabulous topics. Keisha, I know you ready. I know Keisha ready for these topics. Douglas, I know Douglas is ready for these topics. I'll tell y'all why later. But I want to do a shout out, Daddy. If you are watching, my godfather, his name is Floyd Whitley, aka Daddy, aka Papa Bear. His birthday was on Saturday. What is today? Tuesday. His birthday was on Saturday, and we all got together and celebrated, and we went out to eat. And she said she stayed ready. We all went out to eat together, Daddy. If you're watching, and I know you may not be able to comment, and let me say something about that in a moment too. But happy birthday to you. Love you so very much. Anyone that has watched or watching now, and you've been trying to comment, and it's not allowing you to, we just figured out why. But Facebook is being special. So we have not worked out that kink. Please don't stop watching. Please don't stop trying to comment. And if you're watching on Nicole or from Sierra's page, come on over to my page. That way, maybe your comments will pop up that way. If not, please do not charge it to our hearts or our head. We're going to charge this thing to Facebook. With that being said, Douglas said to please keep him in prayer. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Douglas called Saturday. Douglas was praying for this podcast and praying for each and every one of you, as well as the people who watch. That man went in for us. So y'all lift him up in prayer in return. We know. All righty. So with that, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you're not able to comment on Facebook, live chat, go to the YouTube live chat as
Yeah.
well. We'll pick it up there as well. So if you're not able to, you don't see your comments coming on the screen, go to YouTube, and hopefully it'll pop up there too as well.
Yes. The very last thing before we get into the topics is we're going to ask you guys for the month of June to please nominate an amazing father, someone that you want to highlight, spotlight, congratulate, just give flowers to. They could be single, married, they could be an adoptive father, they could be a grandfather raising kids. It doesn't matter. What we want you to do is send us a message. You can send it to me here through Facebook. You can send it to Cole or to C, and tell us their name. Give us a brief, like, little write-up on why you think they should be nominated, and then make sure you get permission to send us their picture, because we are going to highlight somebody or somebody's every single show of our last shows for this season. So do that for us. We want to congratulate all of the great daddies, all the baby daddies out there. All right, with that being said, ladies, we're going to hit the first one. C. Let's talk about Don't Call Me By My First Name.
Don't call me by my first name.
Let's go, Douglas said.
I told you all that we will be revisiting this. It's from a podcast called Me and My Big Mouth, MOUF. And they're discussing on there about the stepdad marries the wife, marries the wife, the woman, and then she already has kids. And so he's wondering if the kids are supposed to call him dad or call him by his first name. And he finds it super disrespectful to be called by his first name because he's paying bills and taking care of them like they're his own kids. And so it was an argument between the people on the podcast about, well, I call my stepdad, whatever she called him, and I call my dad this, and they're like, that ain't right. So it was just a big commotion. But I'm posing the question to the QT family: if you have a stepdad, or how do you feel about a stepdad being called dad in the house when he's raising the kids, or being called by his first name? What do y'all think?
Real quick, Queen, the sun is setting where you are, and it's starting to cast shadows on you.
Okay. Let me
yeah, if you're using that as your natural light, it's starting to cast some shadows on you.
Okay.
Okay. I really love the way he posed it. Basically, should stepdads be called by their first name?
Right.
Now, he made a lot of really great points. One of the points he made was that kids are allowed to give more respect to a stranger by the mother teaching them to say yes ma'am and no ma'am, or yes sir and no sir, but you let the kids call the step parent by their first name. That was a point I couldn't look over.
Right.
I couldn't look over because at first I was like, well, some kids are just not going to give another person the mom or dad title, the step parent, that title, because they don't want to disrespect or feel like it's a disrespect to the parent. But when he said that, I was like, yo, because it will be on the parent of the kids and how that relationship and things that are said or done happens. So what do you say to your kids? Do you allow them to feel like, well, he's not the natural, so I'm just going to say Bob?
Right.
I was thinking, why not? Why is it not Mr. Bob? Or like, why I got to be Bob? Because I've heard a lot of people call their step parents by the first name. Some step parents don't care. They feel like, you got a dad. I'm not trying to take dad's place. I am just here as bonus dad or whatever. And then some I do know personally that it gets on their good nerve, but the mama don't make them do it. I know some that won't say dad, but they'll say pops.
Pops, yeah.
Pop, just, something different. So QT fam, it's a lot of brothers watching right now. How do y'all feel about that? If you entered a relationship with a woman with kids, what do you want with kids to call you once you're married? Let me say that. And are you okay with them calling you by your first name? Oh, okay. Here go Douglas.
No, I'll come across ladies that have kids, but sometimes you have to earn the right to call dad. Never call me Douglas or what's up, dog.
What's up, Doug? He said, don't even shorten the name. What y'all think about what Douglas said? And then what are your thoughts on C's original question?
Well, me, like I've dated a guy that I dated him for years. So when we got his son moved in with us, the son was like 6 months. So when he got to the age and he'll be like, Mom, it took me back. Like he'd be like, Mommy, or it took me back because I felt like it was a conversation that me and his dad had. Like I felt like we kind of neglected that conversation. Not neglected. We never sat down and had that conversation. What is? But when he was like, but Nicole, you are like a mom to him. Like we've had him since, we got him when he was a baby and you helped raise him. So for him to call me mom, it was like, whoa. But then I understand the respect thing. Like when he got older, he still called me mom, but I still taught him, I don't care who it is, if they're your elder, it's always Miss such and such. It was always like, even with my brothers, it wasn't never Uncle Hamilton or Uncle. It was Mr. Hamilton or something like that. And then when my brothers developed a relationship with them, whatever they allowed him to call to make him feel like he is family. Mm-hmm. Now, Josiah couldn't have walked in the house and been like, what up, bro? He couldn't have did that. He could have been a what up, bro? Because then we would have had a problem. Okay. But I think it's all about the personal relationship that you make with the child. The parents, the stepfather and the mother or whoever is the biological parent, whoever he or she is marrying, they need to have that discussion. Because, I mean, sometimes you'll marry someone that has older children. They have to develop that relationship. You can't go in demanding you call me mama. Mm-hmm. Especially if their mother's active in their life. You can't demand me. Yeah, no. I think it's a personal relationship with that person. But if he don't never get to the point to call him mom or papa or dad, Mr. So-and-so, but then they have to have that personal relationship.
I also feel like it depends on the age of the child. So like if it's like a young child from age 1 to 3, you're automatically gonna be called dad or pop or because they're age. But if they're older and you get married, remarried, then you have to earn that title of being called dad or mom. I mean, like Nikki said, there's ways to kind of, how can I say it? Mom D or Mama C or something like that, where it's more different from their actual biological parent if they have a relationship with their biological parent. So it's a lot of different layers, I would say. And I do feel his frustration because as a man providing for a family, you would hope that those kids call you mom, call you dad. But it has to be earned. You have to have a relationship. And I would say, being of a single mother, I would have appreciated it if my mom would have remarried, that we've gotten time to know this man before she marries him. Because once she marries him, I feel like I would have felt more comfortable saying dad or something like that, right? So you have to give time for the kids to get to know this person that you're hopefully gonna be with or be married to, so that y'all have a former bond and relationship before you even say I do. So there's no questions when you actually get married of like, how are you supposed to address me? That should be already addressed before you kind of go into that marriage phase. So that's my opinion.
Listen, y'all, if I tell y'all these comments are flying in on this topic like I knew they would. So I have a question I'm a pose to y'all, queens, and to the fam. And then while y'all are thinking of your answer, I'm going to read all these comments. Some things are regional when it comes to manners. Down south, we are always taught, most of us are taught, let me fix that, to say what? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. Mr. or Mrs. Mm-hmm. Upstate, they don't do that. If your name, like your mom is Martha, they'll say, hi, Martha. Mm-hmm. And it's not seen disrespectfully. Down here, you might get popped in your mouth by calling a grown person by their first name. So what if it's regional? What if the situation was regional? And then the other part to that question is this. C was saying that it takes time and da-da-da-da-da. Should it take time before you allowed to call an adult by their first name?
Oh.
Because now you're talking a personal relationship. If you just call him Mr. Bob, while you know, at the beginning of your, you know, him marrying your mama, but should it take time in the relationship before you start calling him just Bob? All right, so I'm gonna let that marinate with
So you're
y'all.
saying you call him dad and then you turn around and call him Bob, or
No. I'm saying like at the beginning of this person marrying your mom, is Mr. Bob, because you were saying maybe it take time to develop. Okay, so should it be a couple years into them being married that you can now drop the Mr. and just call him Bob? All right.
different regions do different things.
Huh?
Different regions do different things.
Right. So before you give your answer, I gotta
Yeah.
hit a lot of comments. Vicky, what's up, Vic? Vic says we were beaten and made to call my stepmother mom. If we didn't, we had gotten beaten with an extension cord. Oh, she done went back to she went back to them switches and extension cords. Many wounds for my brothers and sisters. Allow the children to flow into it or you will damage them.
Amen. That's
Vicky
true.
said, don't be damaging the babies. Your mom said hi, queen. And then your hubby says, somewhat related, I was born late. So many of my first cousins were older than me by many years. My mom said, I better throw that cousin. Oh my God. Yes, William. In there until a certain age. I better not just say their first name at age 5. I still have cousins that are my dad's. Oh Lord, here we go with the first, second, and third. They're my dad's first cousins. So they were always my parents' age. You don't call them their name. It was always cousin such and such, like cousin Dorothy. And then Anthony says, I'm Mr. Anthony, point blank, period. Don't even come at me with all that other stuff. Douglas says, I mean, don't get me wrong. Sometimes we take the responsibility of being a dad, but that's where communication comes in. It won't. There we go. I've never been disrespected. I had kids that I guess they would say, hey, Mr. Doug, hey, Mr. Douglas. I go for that until that time comes. A child might even ask mom if it's okay to call me daddy. Mm-hmm. And then Anthony says, well, let's see. When that first month bill come in, that my stepdaddy have to pay, do the child still have to get to know him, then it's Mr. or Daddy, then let's go. That's actually really good because one of I don't remember if it was the guy that brought the issue up or one of the comments was saying, no, it was the guy that brought this issue up. But if I'm paying bills, like I am in daddy role, I am helping to raise you, take care of you, and paying bills. You calling me by my name. All right, Anthony.
But
Vicky said,
okay.
my stepdaughter called me Miss Vicky until one day I saw her crying and she said, why can't I call you? Ooh. Why can't I call you mama? From then on, she called me mama. Let the kids feel it, please. Vicky is adamant. Don't be damaging these babies. Ooh. That's what
I'm about to say. Like, if you paying bills, you still have to earn the right to have that title. No matter if you're paying bills or not, you're not gonna force a child. The child's gonna resent you if you force them to call you by mom or dad. You have to earn that. You have to be there. You have to show up. You have to love them unconditionally to get that title. I mean, I'll keep paying bills. That's why I say it takes time to get to know the kid first, to develop a relationship where they have the desire to want to call you mom and dad because they feel safe and secure with you. You want to call someone mom and dad because you feel safe and secure with them. Right. If you don't feel safe and secure, you're never going to call them mom and dad.
So would the easy answer be then, and this can't be no easy answer, of course, we just discussing it, but could the easy answer be then, because like he said, just don't call me my first name. Throw a Mr. in front of it. Mm-hmm. Because with what Anthony said, with what Vicky said, and then too what Douglas and William said, if you think about all the points of view, that man is stepping into a real role. That's a real role.
Yeah.
Just calling them by his, unless they tell you. Now, some people are going to be okay with it.
Yeah, and some people, that's what I'm going to say. Some people are okay with you calling them by the first name. You don't have to really change to dad or mom as long as they feel loved by you and you feel loved by them. They don't really care about the title. But some kids do have that burning desire. It's like, oh, you my dad, like you my mom, like I want to call you that. And so let the child choose. So it's like Miss Vicky said, Victoria said.
But
Yeah,
also, I mean,
call me Mama Nikki.
yeah, but
Yeah,
also
that was there. Go ahead.
they say, okay, he said because I paid the bills. Well, you live in a house with my mama. Is my mama calling you daddy?
No, oh, wait.
Okay, Nicole. Okay,
What did
Nicole.
you say, Nicole? Repeat that.
I said, okay, so you living in the house with the child's mother. Is the mother calling you daddy too?
Right.
Not because of the other stuff, but because he paid the bill. Not because of the lovey-dovey stuff, but just because you paid the bill. So everybody in the house got to call you daddy.
Yes.
Thank you,
Y'all hear the amen choir in the background. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like,
So William, on your comment, Nicole Williams say, "Oh,
I mean, I paid the light bill, so you call me mama. You paid the light bill, so I'm calling you dad. Like, come on, like, no, I think it's like Vicky said, let the kids feel it. You gotta develop that relationship with that child. Long as they don't, I feel like long as they don't call you no disrespectful name, like, cause like with me, with my aunt and them, like a lot of them didn't want us to call them aunt such and such. But then I had some that was mandatory for us to call them aunt such and such. But then when I got older, I dropped the aunt because of our relationship. It was, hey, such, hey, Trish, that type thing.
Were they okay with that?
Yeah. Some of them weren't, but I mean, it's the relationship that we have. I tell everybody, I joke around in my own family, and I tell them a lot. Hey, my uncle, it drives me crazy, but I always do it to him. His name is Pete. He's my uncle. It's my grandmother's brother, but I call him Cousin O'Neill because of the relationship that we have. But then I tell them, in my family, I tell them, in my family, I created my own family. So some of the uncles are now the cousins, and it's all jacked out. Yeah.
And now that's confusion.
Some of the aunts and uncles kept their rightful place. Some of them got demoted. They became a cousin.
You know what though? So we got the other dynamic. We got the one where everybody come in as auntie and uncle. I can't stand that.
Okay.
I can't stand that. Every new person that you in a relationship is your new auntie or your new uncle. I didn't like that. But I will say this, all jokes aside. Baby, close.
You mute.
There's a responsibility on the part of the mother. Since we're talking about the man saying he didn't want to be called that, there's a responsibility on the part of the mother to, when she's in this relationship with this man she's about to marry, to help develop. You can't do the work, but to help develop the relationship between this person that's going to come into your home and now take on this role, to expect the children to have to shoulder it, or even him, because he coming in with a huge responsibility. He coming in for you and for your children. And then you come in like, oh boy, from last week, he taking care of everything and y'all give him no respect. He take care of everything, and the father that ain't doing nothing gets all the respect. Or he coming in the house and kids looking at him talking about, what's up, Bob? You know what I mean? So I think there's a level of responsibility there on everybody. Oh, I'm sorry. We got even more comments coming. While I'm about to read these comments, if y'all have not shared, be sure to share. Send it to somebody in their message so they can join the conversation. All righty. Why won't it pop up? My kids call Nikki Auntie Nikki because she literally displayed that auntie role. She's not blood. Nikki, they love them some you. Yes, and I love my babies and I miss them so much. William, don't. Because she literally. Douglas said the key major factor is this: a child has to warm up to that person to call them daddy or mommy. Just let the feeling flow. All right, King James is in the building. Somebody want to hit this comment?
I feel that I am filling the role of dad in every aspect of the children's existence that warrants respect. My thoughts.
All right. I love every time he says something at the beginning, he always hit it with my thoughts. By the next day, he comment, he ain't doing it anymore. It's like, look, look here, check this out. All right.
See,
You want to hit this one?
hi, Queens. I agree with you. See, you do have to develop a relationship with the children. Yes. That's my opinion.
That respect also has to be taught by the mom. A child shouldn't call an adult by their name. If I'm expected to fulfill role of daddy, that child should be taught to say dad. Well, all right, James. There's a lot of people clapping to that comment. All righty, we're gonna wrap this one up because we could go on for a minute and we still got a bunch of other amazing topics to talk about. Let's get some final thoughts on this. All right, hold on. Well, sometimes with that traditional curses, life keeps repeating itself. So as parents or acting parents, the Bible says, bring the child up with discipline and respect. Now I have to get to know the child. Know the child it's moving so fast. It's supposed to honor thy father and mother. If man or woman has taken that position, there's no excuse. That part. Okay, after him, we got another twist to it, y'all. Ingrid says, what about older children? Like teenagers?
Yeah. I said that earlier. If you're a teenager and you're marrying to the family, you have to develop a relationship with the children. They can call you Mr. Tom or sister, whatever you want to call your name is. But you have to develop a relationship to gain that name. They have to feel safe and secure no matter what. If they don't feel safe and secure, they're not going to call you mom or dad. Sorry. That's just my opinion.
Right there. I don't know if y'all can hear me because they're doing the lawn again. But also, if you coming into a family that's already, she got kids or he got kids or whatever, you coming in focusing on just the other parent and not a relationship with the kids.
Right.
This level of respect that you automatically want is not going to just be there. You have to be in a relationship. Communicate with these kids because you're coming in and wanting all of this automatic respect and automatic whatever. These kids don't know you, the mama do.
That part.
You enjoying time with the mama. You enjoying time with the kids. We got an amen from Ingrid and some dynamics. Younger, toddler, teen, they need to feel comfortable. That part. All right, Nicole, did you have a final thought before we go on to the next topic?
No, I was just gonna say also mothers, all the aunties and uncles, with my sister or my niece, everybody's an auntie and uncle. I don't think everybody. It complicates things, especially when these uncles and aunties are touching these children. So be careful who you allow around your children and who you allow them to call aunties and uncles.
Listen. That's a trigger topic, and we need to talk about that on a whole nother episode. But pay attention to your babies. If your babies don't like going up and hugging on people, stop making them do it. Stop making them say hi, and stop making them go sit on people's laps. Stop it. Pay attention to what your children are telling you. Okay, I'll tell you how this trigger moment for me.
Trigger.
Hey Queen, happy Tuesday. I came in at the perfect time. Yes, Nicole, so true. Victoria says that part. Whew. These babies be screaming. You talking about go give them a kiss, go give them a hug. You better. We gonna listen, okay?
And adults, get out your pride. They children. If they don't feel like you,
it might be your breath. Just stop.
Period. Like, let them warm up to you first. They children.
You let me see your spirit.
Hello.
They see your spirit. Hey, baby sis, y'all. Wish my baby sister happy birthday. It was her birthday on the 29th with an F. So y'all wish my baby sister happy birthday. That part. All righty, here's our next subject. Recently, the beautiful, the magnificent Michelle Obama had an interview with the beautiful, the magnificent Miss Oprah Winfrey. And they were talking about her new book that is out. Now, y'all may have heard about it because there's been a lot of parts that she said in interviews and that's in the book that people are tripping on. Like when she said stuff like, out of the 30 years, 10 of those years at the beginning, she couldn't stand. They was arguing, they wasn't getting along, and people were like, you and Barack? And she's like, man, that's real life. Y'all better stop letting social media fool y'all. Here is one of the things that she said. She says, we spend way too much on weddings, that you want to have big anniversaries versus having big weddings. I want to hit that thought first before I add anything else to it. You're very, very welcome, sissy. Everybody's saying happy birthday. Queens, y'all saw the video. You saw the snippet. What are your thoughts?
Can't hear you. Oh, we can't hear you. Okay,
I was saying your thoughts. I'm waiting on one of y'all. Go ahead.
There we go. Now I can hear you, Nicole. I couldn't hear you at first. Go ahead, Nicole.
My thoughts is I want to be winning. I'm gonna go over and beyond because it's gonna be a one hit a quitter. So I'm gonna spend my coins at my wedding. But I totally agree with what she says though. I think it's to each his own when it comes to the expense of their wedding. But yeah, after we do our first little shindig, hey, I don't even want to renew no vows. I just want to do the anniversary things. I'm not big on celebrating anniversaries. Hey, one relationship I was in, I didn't even remember when we met, how we met, the day we met. So we did. I got the calendar. I said whatever month I stop on is what we're gonna celebrate. Because I'm just not
that you went and chose a date.
I don't remember. I really don't remember I didn't remember the date. I'm not no big thing. So my wedding, of course. The dating stuff, I ain't celebrating that dating. Just our first year dating. No, I'm not celebrating that. My wedding, I'm gonna shut Rockingham down for my wedding. I want all the lights and stars and everything. But I agree with what she was saying. Like the relationship goal thing, don't, because you never know what that relationship is going on with behind closed doors. Because I had a conversation with one of my aunties, and they've been married over 50-something years. And I was like, just jokingly, I was like, when I get married, I want to be like you. I want my relationship to be like y'all. And my aunt said, no, you don't. Because you don't know what I went through to get my relationship the way that it is now. And when she gave me some of them stories, I said, oh, no, I'll work on it. I'll pull back. But yeah, I understand where she was coming from and about the social media hyping up relationship goals. And you just don't know that picture that I took. I couldn't stand them, but I had to take it because of our position. I understand that part. But yeah, my wedding, Michelle. Yeah, I want Michelle at my wedding.
My God, Nicole about to spin all the ends. CP, on the topic, since you married, Nicole about to do the $1 million wedding. Do you think do you agree or disagree with what she said and why about we spend too much on weddings?
So my wedding was large. I had 250 people at my wedding. It was pretty expensive. If I could do it all over again, I would cut that in half. Reason being, half the people are not even.
I hate when y'all get me like that.
Yes.
Okay. I gotta ask you this. Did you do most of that for the people then?
And I'm the oldest, so it was like all these families coming together. It's not just like my one family and his one family. It's like all these families coming together. So I felt like I had to like have enough space for people to come and enjoy themselves and feel loved and appreciated because they all played a important part of my life. But at the end of the day, did they feel that I was that important to them, you know? And granted, you're not supposed to do things for that reason, but like I said, yeah, I have bridesmaids for days and groomsmen for days. So I would say I agree with Michelle Obama. Make it cute, make it nice, make it for what you make it intimate. Spend the much money that you got to spend for it. If you ain't got $1 million, don't spend $1 million. Don't. But anniversaries should be a turn up because the work you do in a marriage, the work into it.
Not that you took a deep breath.
Should be celebrated because the work just to get to the wedding day is work. But as you evolve as a person and you grow as a person, it's even more challenging and it's more rewarding. So I feel like, yes, the anniversary should be a whole big celebration, like turn up because you have made it through a lot of milestones, especially if you have endured things with kids and families and things have changed, career changes. Celebrate that because that journey that you all have been on has been personal and the people along it have been helping you or been helping encourage you, hopefully, to get through it. So I would agree with Michelle Obama that your wedding should be, I'm gonna say, responsible. Responsible.
My friend.
It should not be irresponsible. You should not have to take out loans on top of loans to have a wedding day. But it's difficult when you cultured, amen, and you got mixed races.
Right.
Mixed races.
Right.
It's hard to keep that price. It's hard. So I get it, but that would be my suggestion. Anniversary should be like a full turn up.
So we got 1,000 comments coming in. We're going to get to all of y'all. Mommy, hi. So, okay. For those that don't know, I do events, and one I do is weddings. My baby sister's on here, and I was her wedding coordinator. One of the things that, and sis, I know you ain't gonna mind me talking about this, she kept running into was this, people always feeling like they should be invited just because they know you. What about my invitation? And of course, if you invite that one, they're gonna bring a plus one or their kids or whatever. So what I kept reminding her about was this. Technically, when you're doing a wedding, the people that you are inviting are the people that are going to be there to either cover your wedding in prayer, be there to help you and your husband or wife to be or whatever. And they're there to be witnesses. You just inviting your third grade teacher because that's your third grade teacher. Like, is your third grade teacher going to be there if you and your spouse hit a rough spot? Can you call them for prayer? Because remember, we're all there to witness this joining and this union. We're there to help with it, just like they do with babies and baptisms. But what we do is we invite everybody we know. Weddings now have become about the guests, and it's not about you and who you married. Because truth be told, you're not going to remember half of that stuff when it's all said and done. You're going to be going down the aisle and saying these vows, and it's over in 15 minutes. And then you got this reception. In the end, it's when you see the pictures and the video that you're like, oh, snap, because it's too much. So you're going to go in debt for one day, but you have an entire lifetime you want to live with this person. So if you're going to do it, set a budget. And within that budget, you better ask my sister, you can ball in that budget. But to do things to try to please and impress other people, C just said it best. Half of that 250 people not even in her life anymore. And imagine if they were still paying off them credit cards this many years later. And then the other thing is, for every person that you invite, you got to pay for. They got to eat. And these venues going to charge you whether you do buffet or plate per person. Do I really want to impress you like that? The last thing I'm going to say on this, and we're going to hit these comments, is I want to invest more in our life together and our marriage together than I do on that one day and that one dress I'm going to wear that one time. So I'm going to put more money into counseling if we need it. In the home we want to live in, the furniture that we need, whatever. I'm going to do that because that's going to be lifetime. I don't want to marry somebody that I can't see because we both got to work 3 jobs to pay off their wedding. Okay, I dropped the mic on that. Well, let's hit the comments. All right, cheers section, stop. It says, yeah. I refuse to overspend at my wedding, but I'll put the money into celebrating big every year. That part. Let's do big celebration that we survived over 365 days together. I'm not feeding. We just lost the comments. There we go. I'm not feeding all the people who don't really support the union. That part. Half the people y'all invite anyway gonna go home and talk about how your wedding. Anyway, whatever date you stop on. Yeah, that's what she said. Nicole is gonna pick a date. That's our new anniversary. Hello, Enrique. Enrique says, hello, y'all. Each couple is different. It depends on what you and your spouse want. Facts. Spending all that money on people who is praying against your union. That part. That part. Girl, you ain't getting married. That was for you, Nicole.
That's my cousin.
Ingrid says she in that situation right now. Ingrid is about to get married. I can only imagine. We got so many comments. Nick, what did I have? 60, right? I was not playing about keeping it intimate at all. Listen, there were points in time when, because I did her invitations as well. I can put on an invitation which you want me to put on there. Because people be trying to bring all their kids. You gotta listen. Y'all better okay.
I got a big family. But see, my family know, like, I'm gonna, better yet, y'all just wait till September. How big I'm gonna do my party. So I do this big anyway. So of course my wedding is gonna be big. I ain't going broke. I'm smart with it.
Nicole, read what my mama just said to you. Mama said the whole world is gonna shut down. Because if you get married, it's shutting down. All right.
I am. Well. I'm telling y'all. But
the wedding is not. Oh, this is for Enrique. You want to hit that one?
The wedding is not for the groom or the wife. The only thing you're doing is making sure the party is going to be good for everybody else. You don't have fun on your wedding day. I agree. The anniversary should be epic because maintaining marriage is hard. I mean, I'm saying I understand that part, but my wedding, because he'll tell you. When I get married, everybody gonna be up here clapping. So everybody got to.
Mama say the world gonna shut down because
my families tell me they won't believe. Like I was like, I'm gonna get married next year. They was like, yeah, right. We won't believe until you are actually standing at the altar. I know you got a minister and somebody's getting ready to sign that certificate. Yo, but I do my stuff big. And I do my grandma's birthday parties big. So of course I'm gonna do my wedding big. Cause I'm telling you, in my vow, I'm gonna tell him, sir, you do know we ain't never getting divorced. That's in my vow. So hey.
Oh my,
this is the one hit quitter. Like you don't even sign no other contract for no other record deal, sweetheart. This is it. I'm taking till death.
I love you, Nicole. Oh, Douglas said everybody wanted. She said you don't need another record deal. Like you signed for like everybody have a big wedding because it's the first wedding, but also you got to ask yourself, is it worth getting in debt? And let's go ahead and put on some Tony. It's our anniversary. It's our anniversary. And then just call it for the night. So I don't think she's saying don't have a wedding, don't have a beautiful wedding, don't do you. I think she's saying that we tend to spend all this money on weddings, but not as much focus on this marriage. Like you're having the wedding for this marriage, you putting all this money into it, but then people have gotten divorced in less than a year that paid $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 for their wedding.
If I pay $5,000, you still ain't going nowhere, buddy.
Oh my! I can't, bruh. Future Mr. Nicole. let me holler at you, partner, bruh. Future Mr. Nicole. Just be ready to be on the lockdown because she say you ain't going nowhere. She don't care what y'all spend on that wedding. My wedding was fairly expensive, but marriage alone is hard work and commitment. However, if you work hard, you must play hard. All right. No judgment if your wedding costs $1 million. We are not judging.
No.
Even if you think the person you're marrying is your platinum golden soulmate, it's still going to be a lot of hard work. We got some amens. Enrique says, man, if you don't know my middle name or my wife's name, then you ain't invited.
Okay. Okay.
No lies
Very
told.
small list.
Listen.
Very small list.
Anthony said, don't blame Mr. Charlie. Mr. Charlie is just a man and he's doing the best he can. Oh, I cannot. Probably more than half. I'm trying to get it back up, William. There you go. Probably more than half. Enrique says it's $30 a plate. It's more than that.
It's more than that now.
Your venue. It's $30 a plate.
Plus 20.
Yeah, I didn't invite everyone and no kids. All right, one of y'all hit this one, please.
The biggest thing is this that let the wedding be simple. You only got to go out of and spend a whole lot of money. You can cherish the videos. Our anniversary is celebrated with class because our wedding was a day we're never going to forget. The lights went out while we were getting dressed, and I had to find a facility in the last minute. So our anniversary is upscale and first class every year. Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh,
That's beautiful. Once again, communication between the husband and wife. What do you want? How much do you want to spend? How big you want it? Vanessa Williams said it better. Save the best for last. I'm going to say the best. Mm-hmm. They going off in these comments today. They going off in these comments today, honey. It's on the second topic. Oh God.
Only on the second topic. Go ahead.
Otherwise, the only thing like when I got married, we didn't have a whole lot of people. It was just family, friends, and that's it. We wanted to save money, but later on down the line in the future, then we can do something. But I mean, I'm single right now. Yes, Douglas.
Yeah, y'all know he gonna always mention his Listen, I'm gonna put this last one up on the screen, and I'm gonna zip through the other ones when we get to the next topic because we got a lot of comments. He said, if Nicole get married, I promise you I'm gonna be scared because Jesus is coming back. I cannot. Go ahead, put on some Tony. Tony, speak well. Nicole says, Auntie Elaine. Yes, I said Mr. Nicole. Whoever Mr. Nicole is the QT fam. This one I am gonna put up because this is one of the things that Miss Keisha wanted to talk about as well. I think back then it was made a big deal to have large weddings. I feel like I want something small and intimate and celebrate big. I agree with Nicole. Yes, this will be my first wedding, so I want to go out with the bang. I do agree with making sure who is invited is coming to bless my union and take that journey and be able to pray for us when things are tough. Michelle touched on the realness of relationships and being married. Social media can portray a happy marriage every day, but we all
no.
It won't let me finish it. Is it we all know, and then is it all of it?
We all know it's two strong individuals that will get through the hard and tough days together. That is the marriage. We need to see it will help us that have never been married. Be better prepared, and all that money go down the drain.
I love that. And I agree with you, Keisha. I think back in the day, it was about bringing all your loved ones together to celebrate the union. But now I don't think it's about that. I think it's about being impressive. For some people, it's not. I'm not saying for everybody. So you're spending a lot of money to impress people, and you're inviting people that are not there to bless nor help your union. If me and my husband are going through something, I should have a list of guests that I should call and be able to pray with and counsel with. But if I go through the list and I'm like, can't call them, can't call them. Why are you there? Why are you there? I'm not with you. And we still together. All righty. Any final thoughts on this? Because we have to hit the next one.
No, just stay tuned for mine.
Well, yours is next. Let's go ahead. Before yours, let me remind you all, for those that are just tuning in, we are asking you all to nominate amazing fathers of any capacity amazing fathers of any capacity submit their name and give us a brief write-up on why you think they should be spotlighted and highlighted for being amazing fathers, and also send us their pictures, and we will highlight them throughout the month of June, because we are in our countdown to the last 5 episodes of this season. All righty, with that being said, Nicole, topic.
We're talking about, I don't know if y'all seen Dr. Juanita Bynum. She Biden, whatever.
You got it.
She was speaking on how she's tired of seeing women wearing Fashion Nova, not fully covered, doing praise and worship, preaching, not inappropriately dressed for church. My question is, how would you feel about it? I don't know if you've seen it, but I ran across it on TikTok. And I want to know, do you think she's judging harshly, fairly, on her comments?
Okay, you can send that to me. Anybody that wants to send a nomination, you can send it to me in my inbox. You can send it to Nicole, or you can send it to Sierra. But again, we're asking you for their name, why you think they are an amazing father, and why they should be highlighted, as well as the picture. Please get permission, because we're going to put their picture up. So don't send them no throw picture. Nobody, don't do that. All right, see, did you want to hit her question?
I thought she was gonna go first.
Me? You want me to go first? You said?
Yes.
Okay, so in this video, Juanita was saying it with her chest that she feels that if you are leading prayer or praise and worship, or you're ministering, you should not be in these, I quote, Fashion Nova dresses, end quote, and without stockings. And I gotta say that, because she did say that, and without stockings. And she was saying things like, oh Lord, I wrote that. She says that you wearing those thongy, stringy shoes with your legs all greased up. What message are you sending? She basically said that it was given Holy Spirit, and not you have not been purged out by. I'm telling y'all what she said.
This is what she said.
You have not been purged by the Lord, and it was given Holy Spirit.
Yes.
She also said that your dress is so short that you can just go over in the corner and throw it up for the deacon. She said all that. So my thoughts on it was, wow. That's her opinion. She said it with her chest. But at the same time, Juanita was wearing makeup. And there are some people that feel like that makeup is just as enticing as them stringy shoes and the greased up legs. Do I think if you're on stage leading praise and worship that I should be able to see you hoo-hoo and you're happy, or your deliciousness, or your print? Because sometimes them pastors be up there printed out. I think just be mindful of that, because you don't want the message to be missed. But do I feel like you giving Holy Spirit? Do I feel like you about to go in the corner and throw it up for the deacon? That was okay. But Juanita, she always fly, and you could have a skirt down to the ground and somebody gonna be tipped it.
Period.
They be looking all up in it. Do I think you haven't been purged by the Lord? I'm not gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that, and I'm gonna say why. Recently, Jacqueline Carr,
yes,
and Erica Campbell. There's one other person. They have been eaten up by the Christian community for having on these outfits that were deemed too tight, too provocative, or whatever, because they're shapely, curvy women. I look at it and I say, when I look at this outfit that Erica Campbell had on, it was like a bodycon white dress. She's curvy. I don't look at that and say, she ain't been purged by the Lord. She can't sing this song to me. No different than I look at somebody with a skirt down to the ground. If you're shapely, it's going to still show your shape. I'm going to use UCP. CP got it going on in the back area. It ain't too much she going to put on. I ain't going to be like, okay, then. Does that mean she ain't been purged by God and she given Holy Spirit? So I was like, dang, Juanita, you went in on that. So, no, anyway. Yeah, it was Holy Spirit. Let me hit the comments, and I want to go to whoever is next. I think it's on you, CP. She she need to stop asking people to. Oh,
Huh, huh. Hey, mama.
wait a minute. Wait. Do y'all see what Mama? Do you see what Mama putting up parentheses? Because you know they'll say I need the first 21 people. My mama said that.
The shade is in the
Yes,
shade room.
it was giving her spirit. Why is she looking at the? My mama on one. My mama's on one today.
Oh,
She said, "Why she looking at the women?"
oh.
My God, I haven't worn stockings in over I don't know how many years. Lord, am I a hoe now? Then I've been hoeing with you for a long time because I ain't worn stockings since. Child.
Where you buy stockings? Amazon.
That girl said on Amazon. William said yes. Keisha said, all right now. Carla is laughing now. Okay, so King James, here we go.
It depends on the circumstances. If a young woman can do any better than the mothers of the church should bless her with a decent clothing. On the other hand, if you're seasoned in ministry, then your attire should be moderate so that our brothers in ministry will not be tempted.
So here comes the debate part on that. Who says what's modest? Who says what's proper attire? And a lot of times the mothers of the church don't wear certain things no more in the thick slips, so they think everybody should be wearing the same thing. Does it make you right? Does it make you wrong? I'm not saying that you're wrong, James, but I want to put that thought out there. Is a kitten heel okay? But a 6-inch stiletto not holy? Is a flat shoe holy, but you got a little old wedge? Is that unholy? And the reason why I'm asking this is because we do talk about modesty, and I do believe that there's a place for it. But who says what's modest? Mm-hmm. And when you start saying, whole spirit and, people ain't been purged by the Lord, because why? Because there are no stockings. If they had psoriasis and couldn't wear stockings, are they a hoe? Do y'all see what I'm saying? Okay. So I would love to hear your thoughts on that, James. And we're not arguing. That ain't how we do it. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Yes, our mama went in. Mama did that. She did. That's my big sister because we know our mama, but my mama ain't gonna hold her tongue. But then stocking from the hair.
The stocking from the hair.
Oh, that's where you find them at, right? There was a time when my mom would never even wear a pair of jeans. I remember when it wasn't, you really shouldn't be wearing that to church. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so read this from your brother, see.
Who are we to judge? Also, God uses the worst of us to bless the rest. Keep that in mind. Amen, brother.
The foolish things of this world to confound the wise.
I have so much to say about this comment.
Let her rip, baby.
It's like so many layers. I'm like, everything's running through my mind. First of all, the judgment. It's just a lot of judgment, I feel. Like from her comment, the aggressiveness of how she talked about it, Juanita Bynum. It's just, where is the mercy? Where is the grace? Where is if she is an elder in the church, you should know how to. So that's number one. Number two, yes, I do feel some of the bodycon dresses, Fashion Nova dresses, it's just too much. It's distracting. And I'm going to say this side note. Men who wear tight clothes who are preachers.
That's why I was talking about the
if I see your piece in print,
thank you.
We got a problem, sir. Talk, sir, please. Just saying, like,
they be wearing them tight shirts that show all the muscle cords.
Tight. And I understand you've been working out. Praise God. But anything that takes away from the message that you're delivering, it could be too much of whatever. Could be difficult for someone to hear you. But at the same time, like my brother said, keep it in mind that sometimes when we wear certain things, you attract the people that wear those things, which are you're bringing them to Christ, right? Hopefully. And so that's a whole other. I know William. I hate him so much. Sierra could wear a fitted dress or flowing dress. She still poke that thing.
Got a lot of wagging that she be dragging.
And that's a problem. Like Erica Campbell and Kiara Sheard and Jacqueline Carr all have beautiful bodies, different sizes, but are very curvaceous women. So it's very hard for me to get away with a bodycon dress or flowy dress because it's gonna poke out regardless. Does that mean that they're hoes? No. Are they carrying themselves around like fronting it out, like, hey, take me, daddy? That's not what they're doing. They walking in grace, they walking in mercy, they giving love. And I mean, we're so stuck on judging people that we're not able to see them for who they truly are. And it sucks in today's society. That's the first thing we see, the first thing we go to. So it's so many layers, like I said, to this comment. I'm going to stop right there.
Listen, if God ain't convicting the person, why are we? Number two, why you representing the blessed in the back, I'm going to talk about the blessed on the top.
That part.
There's nothing that I can wear that you're not going to see that my breasts are big. Nothing. But there was a point in time when I felt the need to wear the biggest thing ever because of comments.
Yeah.
Because of comments made from the mothers of the church.
Yeah.
I remember when I went to a church. Y'all see the spaghetti strap? They had a problem with this. In the summertime. I won't say what church, but see, we were both members of it. In the summertime. Yo, South Texas heat is disrespectful. In the summertime, this was me trying to catch other women's husbands. My tops were trying to catch other women's husbands. You're not gonna win for losing with some people. I can wear a croaker sack and you're gonna still be able to tell my breasts are large. So I'm going to either be comfortable and happy and content, and I go through what God convicts me on, or I'm going to try to find outfits that are going to make each and every one of y'all happy. Here's the problem with that. I can't please all y'all at the same time. And guess what? Nikki ain't going to try to do it. All righty. So,
James says, I don't agree with Dr. Bynum on this point. Is decency not protocol? On our job, if there is a dress code, we follow it. And representing the Lord, we should be modest.
All righty. And he had one other comment. This was him addressing when I asked the other question. Not proper attire, decent attire. Let me be clear. I'm speaking on modesty, not protocol. What I'm saying is if you're in leadership, modesty is okay. Thank you so much for saying it with your chest, King James.
And even I've heard her talk about the colors you wear, being super colorful and patterns, and I've heard people talk about that too. And it's just like, y'all worried about the wrong thing. Y'all worried.
Where is that in the Bible?
Y'all worried about the wrong thing. Like it's just. And then my other part I was going to say is that temptation is everywhere. Teaching people how to flee from it or to focus on the right things is super important. Because you just tempting the men, you just tempting the men. But what you teaching the men? Men.
They need to be in the same class they trying to put us in. Because if I can't wear my open-toed shoes because you, deacon, whatever, got a foot fetish, why am I the one in trouble? Pull him aside and have some
deal with that foot
fetish.
He got the addiction, not me. I'm done. I'm finished. If God hasn't told you to go speak to that person on it, then don't. Pray for that sis or bro and allow God to send them someone to correct them in love if needed. Amen. Isn't the church husband's responsibility not to get caught up? They like to blame the other person.
Women always get blamed for stuff.
Thank you, bro.
You know what though? And I think I said this on another show before, but your shiny bald head may be a fetish for me.
Hello.
Do you now go grow hair and wear a hat because you turn it on all the sisters that like bald heads?
Make it make sense.
But you got pastors and preachers that get up and make a whole sermon on women, from their lipstick to they what she call them stringy thongy shoes and greased up legs. But you ain't gonna talk about that brother with their greased up shiny head. Or the fact that you shine up your car before you come to church. What if I have a car fetish? So now you got to go come to church in a dirty car? What a line get drawn, people? Where it's at? Where it's at? Where it's at? Where it's at? I said where it's at. That's what I said. Nicole with this old messy topic.
And she just sit there collecting notes. Whatever.
You know what? They do so much focus. They focusing on judging people where they need to start focusing on what's going on out here in this world and doing something about it. Correction equals connection plus compassion plus Christ.
Husband!
Come through. No one is blaming women. I'm looking at 3 decent women on the podcast. Decent, not protocol. Thank you, King James. We're not saying that you're blaming women, but as a woman, I can tell you, we get blamed for a lot. Y'all don't get to have conversations with mothers of the churches like we do. Y'all don't get to be pulled aside by the first lady like we do. But I can guarantee you, y'all don't have them same conversations with the pastors about your shiny foreheads. And you know, it's just, y'all don't understand. Women get blamed for a lot of stuff. You get the Roman eye, it's my fault. All right. But that ain't to you. That ain't to you, James. That's out there in general. Be careful how you critique others when you do anything you don't have a heaven or hell to send them to. That part. Yes, Nicole. It's good, though. All right. Nicole, you on mute.
I brought that conversation up to one of my friends, and he was like, somebody better go tell Juanita to go behind the veil. Yeah,
Like, fail.
Yeah, I am not, but yeah, because like Juanita, like she forgot, like when she got caught up in that hype when she first came out with TD Jakes, she also failed, but didn't nobody hold that against her. Now she's trying to pat her chest and hear me roar type situation. Didn't nobody say nothing when you had that glass of wine up to your mouth. Did nobody judge you then? And you got that good old DWI out there in the streets. What Nikki said she's muted.
I don't know. Is she talking to us? She ain't talking to us.
All right. Sorry. No, I was saying, yeah.
See, she ain't talking to us. She ain't talking to us.
You too, Neff. Good comments. Some people forget where they come from, and not only that, but where they were at before they got saved. He said, no, she said, what you, Nicole? Who is she talking? Listen. Right.
Everybody in the business. Everybody. Hey, friend.
So, listen, we're going to move on to the very next one. That one right there was, ooh, I love you too. We love you too. I want to say this. and it's all in love. Thank y'all for all of your comments on this. James, Douglas, all y'all for your comments, because we're going to each have our own thoughts and opinions. I think the thing about it was how it was delivered. Yeah. There's a way that you can deliver anything, whether you feel it's correction, whether you feel like you're teaching or not. It's the way that it was delivered. And it was delivered just like the people who brought the woman that was caught in the act of adultery. They were ready to stone her. Yeah. Here was the thing. The moment you come like that, what I love about Jesus is when he was writing in the ground, I still believe he probably was writing down what everybody else did. And in that moment, what can you really say when you look down and see, oh, snap, that was me, my bad. Also, he may have written down, like, why were you there? Were you mad because you couldn't get any too? Like, you got to always think about stuff like that. It's the way they threw her on the ground. It's the way they delivered her to Jesus. There's a way to do everything. So what he did was he restored her. He took the vinegar that they gave and gave her honey, right? It's how you deliver something. You can come and talk to me and correct me. But if you don't do it in love and you coming at me nasty, I'm not going to receive that. No, I'm not going to let you talk to me any kind of way. So if I'm trying to restore a brother or sister in love, that's not how you go about doing it. Calling you a hoe and say, see, you giving hoe spirit with your tight booty pants. that ain't restoring you love, nor is that teaching you anything. So that's my thing. It's all in how you deliver something.
Yes.
And getting up and preaching the whole sermon about me and my whole spirit with my stringy shoes. I don't think that's how you do it. I just don't think that's how you do it. All righty. CP, it's on you, baby.
It's on me.
Y'all, this topic got me sweating. I just want to put that out there.
Which one you want to do? Because we don't have much time. You want to do Dietrick? Or
That's
you
it.
want to do Derek?
Dietrick is going to be our last one.
Okay, Dietrick. We're going to go with Dietrick. Okay. Dietrick Haddon just celebrated 50 years of being on this earth. And him and his wife and his community had a turn up. Well, it was recorded. His wife was twerking. I do mean twerking on her husband. Hey. Then he posted it. Then she commented. And it was on all social media. And everyone is in uproar because they feel that that's inappropriate. She shouldn't have been that lit on her husband in public. It was a lot of comments and it was so much. But I want to pose a question to the QC family. How do you feel about husbands and wives? Amen. I did not say girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance. I said husband and wives twerking in public on one another, be it a preacher, pastor, minister, or just the average Joe. How do y'all feel about it? Does it make you uncomfortable? Just because he's a pastor? That's my question to everybody. What y'all say? What you say?
Cody, you want to go first?
No, you go and go first.
I love when y'all do that to me. Okay. So the big uproar is because he's a pastor, she's the first lady, and she was getting her twerk on her man.
Husband.
I'm going to start with saying, I don't care. Because you know why? She was twerking on her husband, and he was throwing that thing on his wife. Now, we was talking about him doing it, and it was another chick. What, Dietrick, what we doing? That was his wife. That was her husband. It was a birthday party. It was turning up. They did not pull out body parts and insert body parts and have sex in front of us. They were dancing. They were dancing. And apparently they happy in that area of their marriage, which a lot of us Christians could be if we did it more often with our spouse and go have some fun with our spouse. Now, maybe having fun is not twerking with your husband or wife in public. Then don't do that. But go have fun and live a life. Quit letting people tell y'all how to live. Quit letting people tell y'all how to be married. Quit letting people tell y'all what's appropriate, inappropriate. If the marriage bed is undefiled, why do you get to tell me how I get to dance with my husband at his birthday party? You know, okay.
Nikki said it. Nick, you drop the mic.
The other thing is the people in the comments love to come for people's Christianity and relationship with God, and if they should or should not be ministering and preaching. What? Can we go back to the country of origin of where we learned all this stuff from the Bible? They did all kind of dances.
All kinds.
Our people do all kind of dances. What they did was very virgin in comparison. And they don't view it as inappropriate. Here in this westernized world, yes, you get to tell me what's appropriate. And you get to tell me what's appropriate. Basically, all of our opinions matter when they should not. Okay. All right.
I'm boiling.
I'm going to hold my mule on the rest of it because that got me sweating too. That was a trigger moment.
It did. The comments is lit. The comments is on fire. I think y'all commenting.
That's what we got
on your pages, amen. In your story. Share.
Nita says again, there's a time and a place for everything. That's what she's saying. Annie Lane says, remove to remain teachable. We can learn from fools. Ending thought of from the last topic. Okay. Okay, your husband is always down for the twerk. He said, hey. He says, I like a twerk or a quick pop.
No, it was a twerk. It was a wobble.
I mean,
head down.
It was a grindation.
It wasn't a pop, baby. It was hey.
Bound chicka wow.
Hey. Okay.
You said the key word husband and wife. The Bible says marriage is honorable and and all in the bed undefiled, they're married, not creeping. Creep, 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 creep. I may be wrong, but I was always taught what happened behind closed doors for the husband and wives is what happened. Am I wrong? I don't think you're wrong because that's what your belief is and that's what you were taught. But because that's what you believe doesn't make somebody else's belief wrong, like if they feel the opposite. But I don't think they were doing behind closed door stuff. I think they were dancing. I just think people, they were so appalled at clutching their pearls that they were like, oh my God, and he's the pastor, she's the pastor's wife. I guess when you become a pastor and pastor wife for a Christian, you just, certain things you can't do no more. I didn't read that part of the Bible, but I love your comment though, Nita, and that's true. Some of us are just taught what we're taught, and you got to go with what you believe, but I don't have to put my belief on other people. You know what I mean? Social media is exposing these things, been going on for ages. And then the queen said, I'm just asking, I'm not trying to come against nobody. No, you straight. That's how we have conversations. We're glad that you asked.
Yes.
Whatever married people want to do, they can do whatever they want to do and whoever they want to do it to. Enjoy life with your husband and wife. Go out, have a good time. Life is too short, because I see people out there that go to church doing more than what they are doing, but nobody judge them who they are. Who are we to judge? Y'all lit these comments up.
I say it's a time, a place for time and place and a time for everything. But my thing is that you out celebrating your birthday, and like he had to doing it with somebody else. I mean, come on, he was enjoying his birthday with his wife. They're enjoying each other's presence. Period.
That part. And no, queen, no disrespect. That's just how we do. We talk out. So I didn't take anything you said wrong.
No,
I know
neither.
Me neither. And
We
I'm
thank
not
you for your opinion. All opinions are welcome.
for real.
What my husband say about,
And I'm grabbing it.
and
This
that's what
last one from Douglas, not everybody's supposed to do what you do. If you don't believe in it, then that's what you, but that's your belief. But he wants to go out and enjoy his birthday with his wife and friends. That's it. No matter what you are, my thing is I'm enjoying life. I might have a good time. If you don't like what I do, so be it. All righty. Nicole.
Well, like, okay, so I was torn. I understand it's his function, and that the people that was at his party knew how they are, interact with each other. But also, I was like, yeah, I'm like Nita. There's a place that should have been. Well, not gonna say it should have been, because, like I said, it was at his establishment. But when do we get? When is it that we get to a point where we say the standard? You see what I'm saying? Because also you're also displaying to unsaved people, hey, all you gotta do is really know Christ, but you keep doing what you're doing. I was a little and like I said, this is the way I was raised, and my beliefs are there's a certain way you should carry yourself when you're out in public, especially when you hold a position. Especially when you're trying, because the world's like young people, or not just young people, there's a lot of people that's easily influenced. And you have the person that's been saved 15 years. If I see my pastor doing this, I would be like, why did I give this up when I could have just kept twerking and having a ball and still coming here and take an offering? But that's just my belief, because even with me, because I know the relationship that I have with God, and I'm only measuring my belief, nobody else's, because I convict my own self that I won't take up an offering. I won't usher, because I always believe that every position in the church, you should consecrate yourself to be ready, because you never know what kind of spirit is going to come in church, or that you face, and you have to be ready, because if not, that spirit gonna attach itself to you. But when it comes to that, I mean, have fun, live your life. That's your wife. You do you. And I with Nikki, I don't care. That's your marriage. You got to stand before God. I don't. It's just to me, it's just a standard. When do we say this is the standard? Because if I'm doing what the worldly people are doing, where would I come in and a sinner say, who do I choose? Do I follow this example or do I follow that example? So I was just torn on it. I mean, hey, if you do it at home, if I had a party, if you at my party, yeah, have fun. You do you.
I have so much to say once again.
Okay, go ahead.
As Carla has said, that's why we have our marriages. This is true. Once again, I started this question. I was saying it's a husband and a wife. It is not a girlfriend-boyfriend relationship. Culture and the world has messed this up for the entire race of people today. Culture says all this bumping and grinding. You listen to the music, but who they bumping and grinding on? Not their husband and wife. All these other chicks and all these other dudes. We out here just getting it on, having free, bam. Culture has messed it up for us married people. I feel like every married person that's happily married should do a popping twerking video with their husband and post it at this point. Because you're supposed to enjoy your husband and your wife. Nothing can defile it. You said, what's the difference between the secular world and the church world? Secular world is you got multiples. Christ world, you with one person, husband and wife. That's the difference. Culture is telling us to go anybody, everybody. But
you have married people that's not saying.
Hold on, y'all, real quick. For those that are coming in, the question, the topic at the moment is the controversy over Dietrick Haddon and his wife dancing provocatively at his 50th birthday party, and his wife twerking on him at the party. So that's what the topic is at the moment. Go ahead, Nicole.
Now I was asking Sierra. I said, so what is the difference when I'm not saved, but I'm married? What do you draw the line at? Because I'm not of Christ, but I'm here. I'm looking at it, and me and my husband could be the biggest freaks there is out there in these streets,
right?
But where do you draw the standard part?
So you just said married. So who they married under? The government or Jesus or God? Who they married under?
They married.
So who they married under?
I think she's saying if they're not saved, they're just married.
They just okay, so they together. They chose themselves together. They chose one person. It's still the same thing. They ain't got multiples. It's just them.
Right, but if I'm not saved and I see my pastor out here, let's just say I go to a club.
I see what you're saying. It's giving the look as if it's the same as the world. I get what you're saying. Yeah. But that's the thing. And I feel like as a body of Christ, we have to really switch the game on this marriage thing and this secular world, because that's the difference. It's you are with your husband and your wife. And that's the thing. When you get married, people, that's what, as Carla said, you have dry marriages because you assume because you marry, you got to be all just, oh my God, I didn't share everything with my husband, nobody else. Show the world how to be in love. Show the world how to love and appreciate your husband. That man just turned 50 years old. Y'all know how much crap they've been through. We've all seen it via Instagram, YouTube, and that preacher show. They've been through a lot. If she want to have fun now, the thing is, I thought about this. I was like, well, if she was a little tipsy or drunk, that changed her perspective of her twerking on her husband. Because that's a whole nother, like you said, you messing with spirits now, right? So you like, did you think about that right? Did you think about that right? It's always the way people perceive it. But I mean, my husband about to get this principalship. Y'all might get a twerk video from me. Just saying. Anywho, I'm done. Yes, there it is, Will. We got it.
That's one of the things I love about y'all marriage ministry when y'all were doing your YouTube videos and stuff. Y'all do a lot of your videos where y'all are dancing. And I love how your husband, and I've told y'all this privately and I've said it publicly, I'm going to say it again. He be looking at you in the videos like, girl, when that camera is. And sometimes in the bloopers, you be like, babe, quit all that. He like, this is my wife. I would rather see that and see healthy sex and see healthy desire for your wife and that he sees you as sexy than you calling me up like, Nick, girl, if you don't pray for us, because he out there again in the streets and I don't know where he is. I think we hide healthy sex. And I'm sorry, y'all, sex. And I'm going to say sex again, because we are afraid to say that word as Christians.
Very, very afraid.
We are afraid of the word sex.
Yeah.
But I think
hold on. Sex, and I'm gonna say it again. If you are married, sex is your friend.
Yes. William,
it is. Let me tell you something. Orgasms are there for a reason. He allowed them to happen in our body for the enjoyment of it. Yeah. So why are we so afraid of it? That is one of the topics that the church ain't gonna talk about unless the only thing they're gonna say is don't have it. They're not gonna talk about sexual abuse. They're not gonna talk about physical abuse. It's just some things the church is not gonna touch on, but they should. If you got a marriage ministry in your church, how often do y'all discuss sex? And people start feeling like, well, you don't start going into people's bedroom. You ain't got to go in there and tell them what to do and what not to do. But why not encourage healthy sex? Your children need to see that you don't mind coming from behind and grabbing your woman and kissing on her. Show them that. If you don't show them healthy sex, whatever that means to you, I promise you porn will show them.
Yep.
I promise you freaking reality TV gonna show them. These videos gonna show them. Shoot, a 6-second video on TikTok gonna show them what sex is. And real talk, and this is not against anybody transgender or gay or nothing, but they got people coming into the schools teaching preschoolers about sex and twerking.
Yeah. So
my thought on this is this. That is that man's wife. That is that woman's husband. And if that offended you, which I'm sure they didn't mean to do because somebody else was recording it, that's probably why you wasn't at the party live, number one. And number two, then don't watch the video, don't comment on it, turn off and go pray for them. But if you take that energy that you spend in doing what you're doing in them comments and tearing down these people's whole ministry, if you put that in your own sex life, you might not be so mad and so angry.
Just saying.
Sex. And I'm going to say it again.
My mama said it. That's my mama.
Sex. Because we act like sex is wrong. Oh, my God. I did get hot. I did. Because you got people, y'all, it is some churches where the head of that church gives the permission on what days that the men can sleep with their wives. Kid you not. Teaching women to not wear no makeup. You keep your head covered all the time. You wear your stuff all the way down to your ankles. Teaching that as biblical truth. Meanwhile, while you not doing things that are appealing to your husband and y'all ain't having sex that he give y'all permission, that man eye is roaming on that sister with that makeup on. And that man eye is roaming on that porno. And that man is struggling in his flesh because he wants to do certain things, but we are teaching them that you do not do that. Where they say that at? The Bible tell you go have a bunch of sex, except for when y'all going to agree not to for the purpose of fasting. Then it says, now, as soon as it's over, come back together again so you're not tempted. So why are we dictating different than what the words say? He gonna say, go get you some. Marriage bed is undefiled except when y'all agree. When you agree not to for the purpose of fasting. And when that fast is over, I'm gonna need y'all to head to that bedroom and go handle your business. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I just think it's a different way. Not saying that what they did was wrong, because I feel like they were in their environment. Somebody violated their environment and placed them. I'm not against that part, but but the thing is I'm just taking if they were out in another environment, how is it? Because like I love the way that Tamala Man and her husband love on each other. He rubs on her. I love that. But I feel like they still do it where in decent and in order. It don't. I feel like, and that's just my personal belief that they don't go too far. Like they got a whole album where they just write love songs to each other, and they still but they were still showing me that they have a healthy relationship. They love one another. He appreciates her. But again, with Dietrick, my only thing was it's in the environment. So what they do is their business. But if you take it outside, where is it? It needs to be a standard. It just needs to look correct. It needs to look. I'm not saying that you don't tell the other people in your church not to love on your wife, don't dance. Because I love the way Kurt Franklin and his wife does.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? How they love on, they dance, they slow down. But it's a. I still think it's a respect thing and a standard thing.
Yes, I agree. James says these pastors teaching against sex, but the whole choir stand are their children. Where did those children come from?
I guess that one time a year they do have sex. I don't know. But
okay.
Look, I don't know. We got, let me see how many more comments coming in. Okay, you want to hit this one?
Marriage should be wonderful, exciting, amazing, and fun. Sometimes we got to learn to let people see what it means to love one another. Love your wife, love your man. It's nothing wrong showing your expression. Ooh. We just got a glimpse of their lifestyle. No telling what's going on. By whose standard? Respecting who? When did we become people pleasers? Ooh. William.
Y'all,
William.
today was an amazing show. I don't know about y'all, but my whole back is wet with sweat. I had me some trigger moments, but look,
Yes, you did.
And I meant what I said.
You did what you said.
How I feel, and I love that you all express how you feel. For those of you that have been trying to comment and cannot, because I can only imagine people's fingers like, why won't this comment go through? You can still send me your comment. I'm so very sorry that whatever's going on with Facebook is going on, but y'all don't understand how much we love and appreciate y'all. If y'all have enjoyed this show, please drop us a heart, drop us a crown down in the chat. Let us know that you appreciate all this sweat. They may not be sweating, but I am. We had some great topics. Nicole be bringing us the most controversial. We be at each other throw with our opinions, but I love it because that's what families do when they come together to the dinner table and they get together and they talk their opinions. And in the end, it's all love and we love each other. I see your comments coming in. So you all do me a favor, join me over on the Dear Younger Me podcast. You can find it on YouTube and on Facebook as well as Instagram. We go live every single Friday at 4 p.m. Would love to have you join us or watch any of the replays, or you can listen to our audio podcast on Apple and on Spotify. Y'all, we are 4 episodes now away from our season 2 finale here on the Queens Takeover Podcast. Can y'all believe it? Season 2 is about to be over. And we're going to be taking a summer break. But before we do, we want to honor you fathers for the month of June. So again, if you all know an amazing father, excuse me, if you all know an amazing father that you would like to help highlighted and celebrated, send us their name, a write-up on why they should be spotlighted, and a picture. We got some more comments coming in. So ladies, get your personal affirmations ready. William, I'm not doing you. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. All righty. Let's see. Got some fire emojis. That was, let me just read them instead of putting them up. This was an amazing, wonderful show, Queens. I went through 4 drinks already. That was from Douglas. Auntie Elaine dropped us some dancing and some crown emojis, some hearts from Douglas. Love y'all. Great show, says William. More hearts from Auntie Elaine. King James sent us some crowns and some kings and queens. Yes, William, you do that. Keisha says, show was amazing, ladies. Laughter, love, and favor. Nita says, no, I'm not trying to disrespect. Though the women, Okay, the woman or the man, y'all feel about that same sex? Is this another story that we will cover later? Actually, we may be covering that up in a upcoming show before this season ends, because a lot of things have happened recently concerning that. These topics will fire, says Carla. My big sister Sherry says, in a marriage, the couple's strength comes from them strongly loving one another no matter what, even PDA. Elaine says, very good program. Hearts from Carla. James says, great topics, Queen. If y'all want to support us even further, please share this on your page and let people know that we were live today. Drop your thoughts in the description at the top. Let them know what you thought about it. Love y'all. Phone is dying. Good night, my queen. We love you too. Thank you for hanging in there, because we did extend the episode, but it was fire. Fire. Okay. Personal affirmation time. Ladies.
So, mine has to do with this summer.
With what?
This summer.
Okay.
I want this summer to be meaningful. So I will choose me and meaningful relationships and nothing less.
You want this? Ooh. Wow. Where that come from, see? Because you specific about a time this summer. What's up? Where that come from?
This summer. Because this summer is like right here. It's right next door. And a lot of things will change. William, Lord.
Have lots of it. Be fruitful and multiply, my friend.
Yeah, that part. But for my household, we're having a lot of changes this summer going into the fall. And so I want to make sure that it's meaningful for me, it's purposeful for me, because I feel like after this summer, some things might change. Relationships might change, positions might change, careers will be changing. So I want to make sure that it's meaningful, that I get the most out of it and don't waste the summer. That's it.
Nicole?
Oh.
Let's see. I got one that says I don't need all the answers to remain grounded in this moment.
Mm.
And
Repeat.
huh?
Repeat. Please.
I don't need all the answers to remain grounded in this moment. And my action matches my goals.
Ooh. I don't need all the answers to remain grounded in this moment, and my actions, what?
Matches my goals.
Those were good. Those were so good.
Fire emojis.
Oh my God.
Fire emoji.
Actually, Edward, we are at the end of the show doing affirmations. If you get an opportunity, please watch the replay, because we have some fire topics today. William says, come on, Nicole, mic drop. I don't even want to come in behind y'all. I really
that was big.
Can I just like steal and bite off of that? I don't. Say your first one again one more time, Nicole.
Oh, I don't need all the answers to remain grounded in this moment. Because there's a bunch of circumstances that there's a lot of things that's going on in my life that I don't have the answers to, but I gotta stay grounded. I gotta stay, Nicole. I can't fold. I can't bend. I can't always fight. I can't resort back to my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So I just gotta be grounded and trust God that He's gonna do what He says He's gonna do.
Wow. That was everything.
It was.
It was everything.
It was.
Hey baby, what's up, nephew? Mine is going to be this. Ultimately, the decisions are mine. Ultimately, the decisions are mine. I love you all. We love you all. Today's show was so fire. I am sweating. If y'all are just coming in, don't y'all mess up and miss this replay. Hit that replay button when this goes up. God is sovereign. He said that He is. Whoo, y'all. Somebody tell them what to do with their crown so we can get up out here and let this go for the night.
If your crown is leaning to the side, fix your crown. Make it straight. Put it on right the way you like it. Make sure it's fitting you good and right. If you're dragging it, don't drag it. Pick it up, put it on your head. You are a king and queen. You are heir to the throne of Christ and God. We love y'all. We thank y'all for supporting the podcast. Please continue to share, like, comment, all that good stuff to make sure our podcast continues to grow. We have 4 more episodes left of this season. 4. That's it. Then we take a break. But we hope y'all bring more people with you guys when you come next time, and we'll see y'all on the next podcast, which is next Tuesday. We love y'all. Deuces.
I ain't got nothing left. I done poured out. I done sweat it.